Good morning, everybody. What's going on today? I'm at the shop again. I've got a couple little projects going on today that I was going to show everybody. Number one being what is behind me here. This is the engine cover to my trophy boat. As you can see, the engine's all naked over there. So the old trophy I've been working on, I went ahead and polished this. I was going to have a guy paint it, and I couldn't get a hold of anybody, and I was having a hard time just in general trying to get somebody to do it. I mean, you can see that it's still got scuffs and scratches and stuff, but I just polished it up, and I ordered, this is the eBay special decal kit, and it's not perfect by any means. It doesn't look terrible, especially from afar. I would definitely order the OEM stickers, and I'm telling you guys this, I would order the OEM decals from this point forward. You should do the same. These things are like the budget option. They really don't look that good. The quality is not fantastic. I'm guessing they're probably not going to last very long, especially if you leave your boat outside. Luckily, I've got mine always parked in the shop here. I'm actually prepping the rest of this. I'm prepping this whole section here because you can see at some point this thing was dropped, and it looks terrible. So I'm gonna actually sand some of this out of here. I'm gonna actually get the little angle grinder with a sanding disc and sand some of this stuff out of here and try to clean it up a little, and then I'm going to head over to O'Reilly and see if they have any type of product that's good that will bond to this plastic. And then I was thinking I'll make maybe a piece of cardboard that goes on here so that I can get like the general kind of contour of this. So then when I put it on, I can just scrape that cardboard piece right across, and it will give this the same contour as this, so there's not as much prep and sanding and all that BS. So I'm going to try to do that on the top and the bottom section here, just to clean it up. I wanted to have it painted, and then I thought, well, because we're going to paint the boat this winter, we're taking all these decals, all the little stripe decals off, and we're going to redo this green section in a different color. So I don't know. There's a lot to do to the little boat yet, but she's definitely coming along. I'm taking it out tomorrow. I'm waiting on the rigging kit to come in for this, because as you can see, this stuff was kind of rubbing. And the plastic piece was actually broken, which is not cool, so I had to take this kind of partially off, and then we're going to get a new rigging kit here, and then I've got a cable deal that kind of cleans this all up. Give me a couple minutes here. I'm going to get the rest of this prepped out, and we'll see what we can come up with. Alright, so I got about this far. I kind of just sanded this all by hand just to prep the surface anyway, and I'm going to clean it up. So we'll get it all wiped off in a minute here, but again, I just wanted to make sure that I had all these edges kind of all done here, and then the rest of this needed to be kind of scuffed up anyway because we're going to repaint this whole entire section. I got to go find some plastic to put all the way around here and all that good stuff because we're just getting dust everywhere, which isn't super cool. So I'll get this all done, get it cleaned up and tidied, and I'll be back again, and hopefully I can go find this stuff that goes in these little holes here so we can fill it. Alright, I'm back from the second trip to O'Reilly now. Apparently they don't open till 7:30 in the morning, so happy days to that. So I picked up fantastic acrylic enamel. So in a gloss black, it's supposed to be a paint and primer made for plastic, so we're going to give that a go. And then I also picked up, but they didn't really have anything other than this plastic weld. So I'm going to work this a little bit, get some gloves on, work it, and try to put it on here. I'll switch this camera around, and I don't know how much of this you guys really want to watch or not, but I'll put some of it on here. Maybe I'll speed some of it up. I'll record it anyway, and you can kind of see what I'm doing. So turn the camera around here. So this is what we're working with. Like I said, I prepped all of this entire surface, and we've got the TV going, watching some fishing on here right now, so bear with me. Let me get the phone in the holder and adjust it. Ooh, maybe. Alright, hopefully that works. We're going to put it there. I'm going to grab some gloves here. So this process is pretty new to me. I have never done this before. Really not done a whole lot of body work altogether ever anyway, but I don't know if I'd consider this body work or not. So it looks like you just get a little tube that you must have to mash. Oh yeah, it's just two little deals you got to mash together. So let's find something to cut this with, because we probably aren't going to need the whole thing, hopefully. Because these spots really aren't that big, but we'll go with about a quarter of this to begin with. put it back in the package so it doesn't get dried out. So there it is. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to peel the top off. And then it's got a coating around it that you just peel off. And I never did read the directions, but it says, cut the required amount, wear gloves, knead thoroughly with the putty and the fingers to a uniform color, press the putty firmly into the surface. So pretty self-explanatory, like I said. It's about as easy as it gets. So we'll knead this and get it all together. And it's very pliable too, so it seems to me like it's going to be pretty, fairly easy to work with anyway, I hope. And yeah, I can see why they want you to wear gloves. It's like it gets kind of tacky. And I suppose you don't want the chemicals on your hands anyway. Alright, so that looks like a pretty good mixture. There's no funky colors mixed in with it. So let's just grab a piece of this. So if we get a little extra, it's not a big deal here. So we're just filling these holes is all we're doing right now. And this stuff isn't, I was thinking like, at first I wanted to spread this. That's why I thought I was going to buy is like, kind of like what you'd get with Bondo. This is not the type of product that you're really able to spread like that. Let's see if I can do this one at the same time and just get this all gooped in here. I'm not going to play with it too much more because I think we're going to end up just messing it up more than we're doing good here at this point. So again, I'll have to wait until this all sets and we'll kind of go from there, try to figure out if it's going to work or not. I don't know what it looks like on the camera side here, but it doesn't look too terrible from here. Like I say, it's just going to need a sanding, so we'll clean up the rest of this and I'll turn the camera back on right when I get to sanding. Also, while I've been waiting for this to set up, it says it cures in 25 minutes, sets up in 3 hours. I just went ahead and kind of taped this whole cowling off, and I will bring it outside to be able to do this, but it's definitely getting there. It's way harder than it was, so I think that stuff's going to work really, really well. I'm going to get the disc sander out for these sections, just so that they're all going to be really nice and kind of the same, and then I don't think I can get that in here, but for the front sections anyway, and then everything else I'm going to end up doing by hand. But just to give another update. Again, everybody, I don't know if I'm doing this properly or not. I'm a total noob at this. I've never done it before. This is just kind of a new project for me. I really just wanted to get this darn thing cleaned up and back on the boat. So don't take any advice from me. I'm probably an idiot when it comes to bodywork. All right, everybody, so we've gone ahead and sanded, and we put a little coat of the primer and paint on here. I'll turn the, so you can see it's definitely not perfect. So we've got a little bit of a ridge right here. I'm hoping we can get enough coats of paint where it kind of blends that in a little bit. This is just one light coat, but it looks 1,000 times better than it did. I mean, you guys saw before we had the big chunks out of here, which still kind of looks like there's some chips in here too. I could probably go over it again, but I'm not going to try to be a perfectionist with it. I just wanted to spruce it up a little. So the next one we will take when I get all of this off of here, and we'll be able to see kind of the whole cowling all together. So we have finished up with this section. Again, not perfect, but it looks a heck of a lot better than it did. The whole cowling and everything too, I can polish up, and I've been using this ultra cut compound. I need some actual wax on here too once I finish, but it looks a lot better with the decals and polished up. And then we got this back section. I'm not super thrilled with this right, and it's hard to see even on the camera, but there's a tiny piece right here, and then there's a few marks that I must have missed. I don't know how I missed those. The other ones I took care of. But again, not perfect, but at least it doesn't have those big gouges. I'll see if I can put the before photo up here so that you can see the gouges again too. But there she is. And one more project completed at the shop here.